Hi there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tami White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to my online class. Today, it's going to be a quick one, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to be making 3D flowers with Stampin' Up's paper flower dies, and they are fantastic. I'm just going to actually bounce right down just to show you this. We're going to make this. I'll show you how I made the Shadowbox frame with the 3D flowers, and this is the die set. It comes with a bunch of flower dies, and they're all flower pieces, centers, petals, different sizes, different types, leaves. And I'm going to share all the some of the different ways you can use them and how fun and easy they are to put together some really stunning projects. Before I get started, welcome aboard to everybody. It's great to see you guys. I have a giveaway. It is giveaway time, and all you need to do to enter is drop a comment on this video, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. And be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button at the same time while you're there. And you will automatically be entered to win the birthday card organizer kit, which is a pretty awesome kit. And I will be drawing the winner on March 29th. That will post on my blog. I also have a free PDF for you for the project that I'll be making today on stampwithtami.com. But you don't have to memorize the blog, but you should if you're not already a subscriber, so that you can get all of my tutorials, because I do post tutorials there every day. And you can click the link in this video's description directly, and that will bring you to this project's page. I try to make it easy for you to find it. And you'll be able to download today's instructions, and then next week I'll post a couple more paper flower projects, and you'll be able to download those as well. So the reason why I'm live streaming, you might be watching live and you may be watching the replay, and I'm not on a normal time. I'm kind of surprised today because I'm leaving tomorrow. Usually I do Thursdays or Friday evenings, and tomorrow's Thursday. I'm filming on a Wednesday. And I am leaving for Stampin' Up's on stage event in Houston. And I'm so excited to be able to see my Stampin' team and see all my demonstrator friends. And we're going to get sneak peeks at the new catalog and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm super excited about it, but I wanted to get this video out before I left. So it is a day early, and I hope that you like it. I didn't get a chance to do a full series on the paper flowers. But I do have a couple other projects done with them, so you can see them in action. And I think that you'll love them, because everything with this is stunning. So let's start by taking a look at what so they're die set. So it's die cuts, and they fit the mini. So the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, you can use that with these. I've created a little cheat sheet for you, and I will post this picture on that PDF for you as well. I think it helps to kind of see everything laid out. So what I did was I die cut all the pieces in different colors so you can see how they go together. So I've die cut some of these pieces, or all of them here, and then showed how they go together, showed how the center pieces go in there. And it's pretty much a build your own flower set. And it's really fun because the possibilities are endless that you can do with these flowers, and they're just absolutely awesome. It was one of those sets in the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog, the die set, that I completely missed. It's a standalone die set. I completely missed it. I didn't even notice it until recently. Just, I'm going to say, a month or two ago. I was looking for something, and I came across it. And I was like, oh my gosh, how have I not ever seen this? And so anyways, I don't know if that's happened to you. All of a sudden, something's been in there for 6 or 7 months, and all of a sudden you just saw it for the first time. So I'm excited to share how to put some of these together, and then how to make some cool projects out of it, because I love it. And once I started, I totally wanted to make a whole bunch more projects, but I ran out of time before it was time for me to leave. So I'm just gonna fly with what we've got. For the project, I've put some of them together already, and I'm going to put a couple of them together, and then I'll put the whole thing together. So I think just putting a couple of these together will share how to do it. I think you'll be able to figure out, because they're pretty much all the same. Your friends, or your main friend for doing this, is going to be glue dots. Glue dots are fantastic, I think, for these projects. these flowers, because I think they pretty much, you can use that all of them. And the other thing that you're going to want, and I hope I have some around here, because, oh boy, well, I don't know. I might need to go take a minute and find it. Is you're going to want some of the liquid glue for this piece. And I'll share how this piece works, because this is the most intriguing piece, I think, of the whole die set, right? You look at it and you're like, what is that? And how does it work? So let me see if I can't find some in my little caddy here, because you're definitely going to want it. The other thing that you'll find before I go ahead and start assembling is your bone folder. You're going to want to make 3D, well, you don't have to make 3D flowers out of these. You can keep them flat if you prefer to put them in a standard envelope. If you're mailing, you might want to keep them flat. If you're mailing them and you want to make them 3D because they are stunning in 3D, then you would probably want to use either a bubble wrap or the mailers that I shared last week on the I'm trying to blank, the box envelope cards. I shared mailers on that class, and they would fit this too. If you're hand gifting, it doesn't matter, because you're not going to worry about squashing it, because it's going to be hand gifted. So I'm just breaking the fibers down on the petals so that it's going to give them a nice little curl, and I think that adds to the 3D effect. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the glue dots. And I don't know, for these larger ones, I might put 2 on each, but for the smaller ones, I just put 1. And then I'm just going to work my way from the outside in. So I started kind of evenly spacing the 3. And then I'm going to take the next 3 and do the same thing over them, but offset them. So I'm going to start where that space is, offset it. Welcome aboard, everybody. It's great to see you guys. Thanks for joining me on this Wednesday evening, or whenever you happen to be joining me. I hope that you fall in love with these as much as I did, because they are stunning. So you can layer these flowers, these leaves, as many as you'd like. So this is the die here, and I cut it twice to make 6 petals for this card. But on my cheat sheet here I've done it with just 3. And here I've done it with 6. So you can see the difference. Because I think, you might want them for different reasons or different projects. You might want different, just a little bit of a different look. And when I'm working with these, what I tend to do, and what I did was I picked whatever colors I wanted for my project. For example, this one I picked some bright colors, and I just went and I just cut a whole bunch of them. And I just had a whole bunch cut, and then I picked, I was just kind of randomly picking through the ones I thought would fit together. And then in the end, I had extra pieces. So I've got a cello bag here. This is a clear envelope. These are in my online stores. I'll put this I'll link to this on the project page too. I put all my extra pieces in this clear envelope. So the next time I go to make them, I've already got a bunch of stuff here that I can pull from if they're the right colors. So, and then I just slid that right in the die pack. So I had it handy anytime I went to use it. On this particular one, since I'm copying one I already did, I cut the same things that I already did. So this is the center piece. These center pieces are really fun. And now we are going to, I don't think I'm going to be able to put this on with a glue dot. I'm not a fan of that liquid glue. Anybody who follows me probably knows that already. I don't love it. I prefer seal adhesive, but I know some of you out there are huge fans of liquid glue. And that is why I do not have it on my table all ready to go. And I thought I meant to grab some and bring it down here. It didn't, so let's see if I can figure it out without that. I'm going to want a paper piercer. I don't have one handy, so I don't know what happened to my paper piercer. Everything's jumping off the table. You want something tight, like a pencil, even, the paper piercer, I liked it because that really I wrapped it around the actual piercing part of it. and that helped give it its curl, and it just wrapped it around and around and around. This one's going to be a little bit looser because this is a little bit of a looser base. So it's going to look like this. Yeah, I want it on the, I definitely want, there it is, I see it. Now if only the liquid glue would appear. I want it tight. So see how I'm using it on the piercer here. And then I'm just wrapping it right around. And then when it gets to the end, just use a glue dot to attach. So glue dot on the end there, and that's going to hold it all together. And then I just took my fingers here and just kind of fanned it out. So cool, right? You definitely want to break the fibers down ahead of time, like we did with the petals, so that it makes it easy to do this. Then you've got it all fanned out and it's ready to go in the middle. Now if you have liquid glue, I would put liquid glue right on this and stick it right down there. And since I don't have mine handy, let's see what I can do with a glue dot. Maybe 2 glue dots. Let's see. Maybe I can make this work. Yeah, actually that did it. That did work. And it brings like such pop to this. I love it, love it, love it. So I'm just fanning it out a little bit more, and then we've got our beautiful flower, and I've got a couple of other ones here that I've already done for this project. And the other thing I wanted to share is the roses. We've got like a stem of roses here. So I just put glue dots on the back of these 3 pieces of the stem that hold the flower. Glue dot's definitely your friend with this die set. And then it's easy enough just to pick them up. It's hard for me to do it without sticking my head underneath the camera. So we've got some roses there, and now we've got a great little set here ready to assemble. Before we do that though, I have a paper butterfly here. This is in the mini catalog. They're a pack of paper butterflies. I thought this really looked cool on the project. It added just a little special touch. So for him, I'm going to do just a tiny little bit of coloring. I'm using the Stampin' blends. I'm using Pebbled Path for the body. And then Daffodil Delight for his wings. And they're blend markers, alcohol markers, so they're made to blend. So I figured I'd have some fun with the wings. Instead of making them just kind of a flat color, I thought maybe I'd do a little bit of blending. So I've used the darker around the edge there. And then a little lighter in the middle. I love it. On my original, I did the opposite. I did the darker in the middle and the lighter around the edges, and I like this better. But you could use any coloring medium for these. They're white. You can color them any color you'd like. So if you wanted to match your butterfly to a color theme that you were doing, and the same with your whole project, if you wanted to match it to a color theme that you were doing, you can totally just use whatever color you're going for. And there's our butterfly, and just like everything else, I'm going to very gently on the butterfly curl his wings, very gently because it's delicate. And if you go too hard, you're gonna rip them, and you don't want to do that. And the other thing, I kind of bent him a little bit here because I wanted a nice 3D butterfly on my project. Okay, now we're ready to build the project, and it's super easy. So I've got some designer series paper, and I'm using This is from the Nature Sweetness. It's in the annual Stampin' Up! Catalog, and all of the products that I'm using right now are available in my online store. I should mention that. You can purchase everything that I'm using today at stampwithtami.com, and I have direct links. On YouTube, the direct links are in the video, but if you're watching on anywhere else, if you click the link in the video, they're all there. I've got the PDF there for you as well, and it makes it really easy for you to, it's like my easy button. Boom, there, right? All right, let me set that up so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to somewhat copy what I did before. So when I'm attaching these two, this is 5x7, by the way, because I'm using a 5x7 frame. I'm attaching these to the background here. I used a little bit of paper and a little bit of glue dots. And the first thing I did was kind of place, a little bit of paper. I'm losing it. I'm just, you know what it is? I'm excited. I am very excited for tomorrow. I cannot wait to see everybody. And be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, because I will be posting whatever sneak peeks I'm allowed to post. I will be posting and sharing some pictures and other things from the event. So if you like to be in the know, is Stamp with Tami on Facebook. And my Instagram is the same. That's Tami with an I. Okay, so I use dimensionals for these larger flowers, and I'm not pressing down yet in case I want to relocate a little bit, but I'm just kind of lining them up where I'd like them. The other thing is I might want to add some leaves, like tuck some leaves underneath them, so that it makes it easier if they're not attached to do that. So let's add some roses. That right there, but I don't want that quite yet. Let's put this down first. Just kind of building a scene here. And when I'm creating one, I literally just kind of go on the fly. I'm literally just kind of putting everything together and just having some fun placing everything. And then I've got a bunch of random leaves here that I just kind of put all around the flowers. And I don't want any overhang, or I'm going to have to cut it. And I might have a little bit that I have to cut here. But let's see if I can make it work without any overhang. So I did lemon lime twist and granny apple green for the leaves. So there was two different colors of leaves. I thought that added a little bit of depth. So this is one reason why I didn't want to press them down just yet, because I wanted to be able to lift them up and put the leaves underneath. But I do need them placed. The other thing I liked, I added some of these like leaf outlines, or a full leaf if you wanted to, and I just kind of put it right in that flower. It's like growing right in there with the petals. And it's just fun to watch this come to life. When I'm doing the frame, because I'm doing a frame with this one, I left a little bit of edging. I didn't go right to the edge with it because some of the edging isn't going to show. I mean, it'll be there, but it'll be kind of hidden with the frame, the way the frame is. So just keep that in mind when you're laying out your flower pieces and your leaf pieces. Just adding in that foliage just to bring it to life. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's see, one of these. I'm even going random from my original that I did, just because it's kind of fun to I love just putting it all together. I love the way it looks, and I just like, I don't know, it's like when you're putting it together, you don't really know what the outcome's going to be. Even now, I started off copying one, and now I'm just kind of going off rogue. And you're like, oh, I just can't wait to see. And it's everything you do with it is going to come out amazing. Like, there's no right or wrong here. But once you get everything kind of placed where you want it and it looks good, then press down on all those flowers. so that the dimensionals adhere to the back and they're stuck on there really good. And then I got a couple more projects to share with you guys using the paper florist. I didn't have time for a full series, but I've got like a mini series. I've got a few projects. I shared one already with you guys last week on the envelope card box. I gave you a little sneak peek, and I promised you I'd be back with this video, which is another reason why I wanted to make sure I did it for you before I left, because I did promise I'd be back to share how to do and how to do these paper flowers. Once they're how I like them, I'm going to press down on all that flower, make sure they're all down there good. And the last one I'm going to attach here is the butterfly. He just adds a little special touch to it, doesn't he? Let's make sure he's not hanging off the edge. So we're adding the butterfly, and then I use these blooming pearls. They're in the online exclusives in my online store. And I attached just a bunch of those, actually. I kind of went crazy with them because they were kind of fun to play with. But just random. The colors matched well. This particular paper, you can see, has flecks in the background. Some gold flecks. So even the gold looked really good on it. And the pink kind of matched the flowers. So kind of everything, just kind of pulled it together. Just a little something, something. And then when you're done, you just open up the back of your box and pop that in, just like you would a photo or any other thing that you're putting in a shadow box. And you've got a beautiful home decor. You can use this for gifts. You can just put it out there for your put it out there on your counter or your mantle. Beautiful piece of decor. And I love handmade gifts, and I love being able to have something handy. So this was a quick and easy one. And as promised, a few more of the paper florist designs that I will have tutorials for these next week when I come back. This one is a slimline card that I did. I love these colors. I love how they came together. Very, just the mauve and the bubble bath and boho blue. Just really awesome. Thank you. Glad you guys love it. Thank you. And this was the envelope card box. And so now, if you watch the envelope card box video, that class, which I'll link, if you watch that class, you'll be able to pretty much be able to make this box now, because I've showed you how to do the flowers. And in that class, I showed you how to put the box together. And this one even has a little, I put a card on the back. And this, I know, because I keep getting people, even though I did a whole video and I did a whole section on the envelope and how to mail these and where to get the mailers, I'm still getting people asking me how to mail it. So for those of you who haven't seen that video yet, I have mailers. I found mailers that fit these perfectly, that are perfect for mailing them. And you could also use them to mail, 3D cards that you made with the paper flowers as well. And those are linked on that class for the envelope card box. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back next week. Don't forget to follow me on social media, though, because I'll be sharing everything I possibly can share and I'm allowed to share from the event. I'm very excited about it. And if you haven't caught your retiring in colors yet, you want to grab them quickly, because the retiring list is coming out next week and they'll be gone. They'll be gone. And we have a video on that, too, that you can check out if you don't know which ones are going. And if you haven't caught yours yet, get them now. All right, thanks so much for joining me. And don't forget, there's a free PDF on my blog. Click the link in the video's description. And if you're brand new, welcome. I have an ultimate guide to getting started. All great information for you to get started with paper crafting on my blog. There's a link there as well. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining me today.